day. I went to a couple of my baby daddy's female house, and he was broken up with her. Crazy.
They always do that shit, or they be like, they ain't, or me and her ain't together no more, but you see this bitch soap in the bathroom. This is a female's body wash.
They don't, now they may have some female shit that a bitch may come over there with, but that is their place. It's no fee. You can tell when a nigga live with a female. You can't hide as much shit as we would have. We as women, when we live in that house, when we live with our nigga, he would have to take a minute to hide our shit. You know how much shit we got under the sink? I checked under the sink.
You said, girl, what if I did laundry the day before?
Thank you. This house is clean, right? That's what I'm saying. But you can tell when a man lives with a woman. You can tell when a house is shared. It's a given. It's
you
women
can tell by the
everywhere. You can tell. So that's why I say when I go to niggas' houses, they literally live by themselves. Like my thing, like I don't do that. No, fuck that, nigga. First of all, I don't like fucking with no nigga that got a bitch. Like what the fuck I look like?
Yes, but once we break up, I never went back to somebody I broke up with, except for my husband. We broke up and got back together. But when we got back together from that breakup, we got married.
Yeah. So once we like kind of broke up, we broke up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we broke up. You know what I'm saying?
Currently praying on your marriage.
Sidebar. But yeah. So moving on is pretty. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? I don't like the back and forth though. It's kind of like once we broke up, maybe we broke up. Now
I'd be so excited that
time is more valuable, and I can get everything else back but my fucking time.
All of that is the exact reason for why I love to just move around.
Yeah.
If I had to move on, I would have no problem moving on because I would try all these different people.
Yeah.
So moving on to me is never a problem. And that's just being honest.
I kind of have a problem moving on when I'm like attached to the person, when I really love the person and I wanted it to work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I have a problem. But if I don't give a fuck, I'm gone. Deuces. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm attached and I care about, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I be having just a little bit. And it's not even really that. It's just me trying to get over the breakup so that I can move on. That's my thing. When I don't give a fuck, I'm out. It's time to go. I feel like I'm gonna be fucking. I feel like at this point, when I'm flying somebody out, he gonna have money. I'm just doing it just because it's a turn on for me and it's a turn on. Yeah, but I like a role play type vibe. So my thing would be more like I'm gonna fly you in, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? So that's a role. It's gonna be a role play for us. So I'm flying you in. I'm paying for the ticket. That's on some. So when you get here, you finna break me off some of this dick. Like it's like you know what I mean? Like it's already kind of thing. So he gonna get here. He gonna take care of his room, and we'll just go out and we really just kind of play it by ear. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't paying for the ticket and the room. But if I'm getting flued out,
if your nigga fly you out, then you should be grateful. But he also need to have all your accommodations ready.
See how it's different.
You the one flew me out. So
not necessarily. I can still have my own money and still want a nigga to fly me out, just because I feel like that nigga you want to fuck. Nigga, you okay? Especially if you want to fuck, you're gonna pay for something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can have a pocket full of bread. I can have a pocket full of bread. I could buy my own ticket, but you're gonna buy my ticket. I'll pay for my room. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm not paying for nothing. If you fly me out, I'm a guest in your hometown, in your city. You're supposed to show me out.
True, but sometimes you gotta have a meal. But sometimes, okay, so I had a like you shouldn't go out. That's dumb as hell to be flying out and not have money and be broke. Which I feel like is kind of true because if you going somewhere, you in a person's hometown, not knowing none of these motherfuckers, you gotta have you a backup. You can't go out there with nothing because now if anything happens, you can get kidnapped, stranded. Now you out here walking the street trying to call your family, aunties and them to send you, wire you some money. Because what if you ain't got no ticket back? So now you gotta try to find your way to get a ticket. You ain't got no room. Then let's say you were staying with him. Or let's say if you stay in the room and nigga cancel the room. I feel like we should always have money. We should never get like, because I've been in a situation like that. I'm gonna tell you this little, you know. That's fun.
If somebody fly you out, do you think you're entitled to get them some coochie?
If I fly them in, do they think they entitled to give me some head? I want to talk about that. we all talk about us getting flown out. Cause I think me and you
That's
had
true.
this conversation before.
That's true.
Cause money finna come up, okay, for us. So do I?
You're entitled to do.
I feel like that's a conversation that we should have before. So I feel like if I fly him out, he's gonna pay for his room, and for dinner, we'll just go back and forth. You know what I mean? Like this night we go out. You know what I mean? You take care. The man's gonna provide from start to finish. So that is only right. You fly me out. You pay from the fly out to the trip to me getting back home.
Burning bridges. I feel like burning bridges. I think nobody should burn bridges. You should always leave with grace. I don't know if that's about a job or anything. You should never burn a bridge because you never know when you have to cross it. I don't care if you visiting from out of town and you leaving a job or something. Always leave that job with grace, or always, when you stop doing business with somebody, do it with grace for the simple fact of burning a bridge is not a good look because you never know when you might need that person. You might ever cross through Houston again. You might need that person again. You ever need a job again. You need advice again. Even when I just did this barbershop, I didn't burn no bridges. I made sure I was in good graces with everybody I ever did that. So I don't think people should burn bridges. I think that's tasteless and it's not cute.
I'm a fire sign, so we kind of know what that means. I have burned bridges, but I burned bridges in my younger years when I when I was a hothead. You know what I'm saying? When I didn't understand the importance of not burning bridges. But it wouldn't necessarily be with jobs. It would be kind of with people. So yeah, so I have burnt some bridges, but I do like to make amends when I do burn bridges. Some bridges, you can rebuild, and some you can't, But I'm definitely a fire sign, and I have learned, and I was definitely a hothead, but now I just keep it on the simmer. You know what I mean? It's one of them where it's just a little spark, but we can put it out where the bridge won't burn all the way. But this little nigga know I will burn this motherfucker down. I will. And not give a fuck and go build a bridge over this way.
Controlling partners. I think controlling partner is somebody who subliminally wants to control what you do, or is a jealous partner, a controlling partner, is an envious partner, a controlling partner, is an insecure partner. A controlling partner is somebody who has no self-worth of themselves. A controlling partner is a suicide. The only person controlling me is God.
I feel like with the controlling partner, that works best in an abusive relationship with like a weak or timid person, because the definition of controlling is involved restricting the other person's freedom, independence, and making them feel insecure or guilty. Attempts to influence our power over the other, often through manipulation, intimidation, or coercion. So it's definitely, you would have to kind of be a weak
I have to
mate.
be scared of you.
Like you would have to be like a weak mate. And so if you're not really a weak mate, it's kind of a controlling partner. It doesn't sit well.
It's not gonna work because I'm not gonna be.
I've had it to where they have something to say about how loud you are, or if you're not being ladylike, or if not always the big pictures. It's the small things. You know what I mean? Oh, you didn't talk to this person right. You know what I mean? Like, or you should have did it this way, and like, yeah. So people are very controlling.
And that tell me it's something.